What is up, guys? It's Dylan from Redneck Tuners, and let's just say it's been a while. The last video you saw from me was, I think it was posted a little bit over 6 months ago, and it was filmed over a year ago, and like an insane amount of stuff has happened since then. So it's pretty out of date. The last time you saw the 240 was even longer than that, and the video was filmed even longer than, I think it was like a year and a half ago. And I've just been kind of going through some things, and I'd like to give you a little bit of an update, but we have a lot of work to do as well. Before we get into the work, I'll give you an update as the project car, what's going on with the situation, where we're headed next. Before I show you the current state of the 240, I just want to say that this car has been an absolute champ the past really year that I've had it. I think I was at about 5,000 or 6,000 miles on the year, which I know isn't a lot for most people, but for a project car that sat for 13 plus years, and it's just been kind of a headache as far as work goes for a while, as you've seen on the channel. 5,000 miles in a year is pretty good. I've taken it back and forth to work. We've done little trips here and there around Southern California, and things like that. But this car has been a champ. I take it everywhere I can physically take it. Driven in the rain, driven in the sun, driven on the mountains, everything. This car has been great to me for the past year, and I'm extremely grateful for that, because I really needed some positives this year. But yeah, it's just been a crazy year, and I'm grateful that I'm here, I'm alive to tell the story. But there's been a lot of things working in the background, so I'm excited to get back into filming, working on the car, and enjoying it, because really that is my passion, and I can't wait to pick up where I left off, really. So let's get into that part. So part of the perks of having my own place now means that I get my very own garage. So the 240 has been enjoying being a garage princess, and this is your guys' first look in a year. Now, I will say it is filthy. It's kind of been neglected a little bit, and I'll kind of explain why here in a minute, but for now, you get to see the 240 as a garage princess. As you can see, it's real dusty, like bad. It saw the rain right before I put it in here, and there's my Dr. Pepper. But yeah, it's definitely needs a wash at the least. But I have some really cool things coming up for this car, and it'll be worth the wait. I promise. So as far as the drivetrain goes, this car has been pretty reliable. Like I said, knock on wood. We haven't had any major issues. I did end up replacing the IACV again with a different one and a new gasket, and that so far has been a pretty good fix for a lot of my idling issues. But other than that, just little like oil changes here and there, things like that. Nothing crazy on this car. But we're getting a full interior and exterior transformation here in the next couple months, and let me explain how we're going to do that. So over the past few months, I've been collecting, well, it's probably been over 6 months. I've been collecting parts for this car, specifically for the interior, because I know they're really hard to come by in good shape. So every time I came up on a deal, I'd have to jump on it. And then I started going down a rabbit hole. Okay, I need this part, I need this part, I need this. Okay, now I'm putting together the entire interior. And before I knew it, I had basically everything to redo this interior completely and make it way better than it was before. Now that got me thinking, why would I make the interior nice if the exterior still looks like pretty beat, right? So then I started going down a rabbit hole with that. How can I make the exterior look better? What parts do I need for that? And then I came to the conclusion, I need to paint this car. And unfortunately, that means a lot of money. So I had to put it off forever. That was going to be my last ditch effort at the end of this thing. Finally, I was going to say, you know what? I'm going to paint this car. Luckily, I made the decision to do it, and next week, so it's a Saturday, a week from today, I dropped this car off for paint. I know that's super exciting. I will not reveal the paint color until afterward, but I'm very excited about it. So in order for my car to be painted, I needed to get some more exterior parts, and that leads me into the next part. In this big box, we have a brand new front lip for this car. I've been waiting to find the right one, trying to figure out where I can get one, and I finally got it. I will have a link in the description once I show you, because these are really good deals for what they are. So I'm excited for that. In this box is the lower Type X garnish for the taillights. Let me show you. So if you are doing any sort of conversion you might know that this piece here is different from the USDM lights and the Type X lights. I don't know if you could tell the shape difference there, but yeah, it's not correct. And this sinks in more on the USDM versus the JDM, which stick out more, protrudes a little bit more this way. So I figured if I was going to get the car painted, I want to do it right. So I bought the J Replace, not the OEM. Unfortunately, they're like $1,000 now. But I bought the J Replace garnish. So that's in here. And then I have that as well. So the goal today is to get the lip mounted up properly with the right hardware, so that way when I send it off to paint, it's ready to be painted that way, as well as put the rear garnish on so he can paint that instead of the USDM one that's on there now. So that way we have all proper pieces in place for paint when he does it this time. I also have a couple things to do, like take this rear wiper off. I was going to see if he could patch it up, but honestly, I think I'm just going to do the delete kit on it that they have on Z1. I'll also put that in the description, as well as I'm going to be taking the front license plate off this car for now, because I want him to paint it without it, and if I decide to put it back on later, I will. So I'll keep all the stuff with that. Also, quick shout out to the people who have stuck around. I know it's not a lot of people. I don't have a ton of subscribers, but the little people that stick around, you are really what makes me want to keep doing this, because I get the comments and the likes and things like that. It gives me more support and gives me motivation to just be like, you know what, I want to build this car how I want to build it. If people appreciate it, that's on them. But I appreciate you guys sticking around, and I can't wait for the next couple months. I have a lot of things planned for this car and just car content in general. So I'll go over that in a little bit, but let's get started on some work. So this is the new lip for the car. It is fiberglass. It's gonna need a little bit of body work and kind of maneuvering, I guess is what you want to call it, to make it really what I want it to be on this car. But it looks amazing on the car. I can't wait to show you guys right now. But it was very inexpensive, and it is exactly what I wanted. Unfortunately, Chuki lips are very hard to come by nowadays, especially genuine parts. So replicas, unfortunately, are the way to go, and they're still hard to find in that form. So I'll give you the link for this company. The shipping was fast. Everything seemed to be pretty good on this part, but we'll know for sure when we put it on. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if that's just me, but I really like this lip. I feel like it makes this bumper so much more aggressive. Also paired with the Canadian lights that I never got to make a video on. Unfortunately, I will get around to doing that, but I feel like this bumper looks way better with this lip. I even pulled it out just a little bit so you guys can see. I mean, the fitment for being a fiberglass part, a replica part, is not bad at all. Something I do notice is that there is a gap here, but with some finesse and some hardware, it will fit perfect. So that will be okay. Other than that, this aggressive look, man, so much better on this car. So I decided to call a little bit of an audible. Unfortunately, I don't have any hardware to mount the lips, so I will be going to the store shortly. But for now, we're going to be doing the rear garnish just so we can get something done before I go to the store. And then we'll get the mounting hardware, do all that doodad stuff, and then we can get on to the next step. So here's the rear garnish. For those of you who don't know the company J Replace, they have started making a bunch of OEM replacement parts for S chassis and other things like that. But specifically right now they're working on S chassis. But this is the lower garnish piece from J Replace, stamped metal. I believe it was just shy of $100, which is great because, like I said, the OEM one is about $1,000 right now for some stupid reason. I got it for Deanna's car, the OEM version. I got it for her car for like $150 right before they spiked, so I'm glad I got that. But for mine, unfortunately, I'm not spending $1,000, so we're gonna go ahead and use this. Oh yeah, I don't think I ever showed you guys. I put my rear strut bar on. It's a Megan Racing. I just slapped it on because we were going to a show and I wanted it to look nice. But yeah, that's on. So that kind of matches. The car's blue, but obviously not the same blue, so I'm not really too fond of it. But the privacy cover will cover that. So not this video, but just be patient. So we're gonna take this panel off here. This bolt was completely destroyed, but luckily it came out. This should pop straight off. Put our bolts in the same spot. So you push them with the screwdriver and this whole unit will come out. So there's that. And just like that, with all the bolts off, this thing pulls out with a little bit of a fight. It's easier with the USDM taillights because it fits better, but this one's out. I also have this in a red, so we've got mine and Deanna's. So if any of you guys need one of these, hit me up. I will sell them for a good price. I feel bad throwing them away. So hit me up. I'd love to help somebody out, and I'd also love to get a couple bucks. So those are going there for now. All right, I apologize for the lighting issue. I'm gonna see if I can get a better angle. But first glance, the fitment is pretty good. Actually, the only thing that I felt was maybe a little different was the bumper fitment here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's partly because this bumper is old and saggy as well, so it does sag down just a smidge. But honestly, I'm gonna go as far as saying this is a better fit than OEM, because I'm only saying that because I experienced both. I put this exact same piece OEM on Deanna's car for the exact same reason, and the sides just kind of flared out the wrong way. They were bent kind of odd. That's the only reason I say that. But I'm really satisfied with this fitment. It's gonna look great when it's all one color. Happy to have this on there. Boom, that's done. I think my next plan of attack is gonna be this wiper. I just popped this cap up here, thinking, I can't believe that they actually painted over that. Oh man, it's loose. Wonder why. Wonder why it's been moving that way. Dumb. Yeah, anyways, so I'm gonna take this whole thing off just so he can get a clear paint around here, and then I'm gonna do the delete kit from Z1 because this is just crusty and I'm not happy with it, so we're gonna just delete it. That part is done. We've got the interior put back together on this side. Good. Now we can kind of refocus on the front, which will be taking off the license plate and fixing the lip permanently. So let's put this stuff away. I might make a trip to the store real quick to get some hardware. All right, so this trip to the store kind of turned into a couple days. Unfortunately, I got busy, things happened, but today is the day. It is officially the day I'm dropping off the car, so all the last minute stuff has to happen. And I decided I'm leaving the lip off just in case, because it definitely needs to get painted. It needs a little bit of body work, so I'd rather leave it up to the professional. I don't want to mount it and then it be wrong and then it look whack. So I'm leaving it off. I'm gonna throw that in the car. I do need to get the license plate off. I'm gonna run this thing through a car wash so it's not absolutely filthy, and then we're gonna head out there. All right, so it's pretty easy. 2 bolts for the plate, 2 bolts for the bracket. I've never taken this off the car, so hopefully we get a little bit of maybe a paint surprise. We'll see. Oh wow, this thing's filthy, man. Yeah, definitely glad I'm taking this off. I still am gonna run this through the car wash, see if I can maybe clean this paint up a little bit, see if we get a little bit of shine. I doubt it, but all right, just a little bit of a cold start. I did drive it yesterday, but it's been a whole day, so let's see. Pretty good. All right, I'm gonna get myself out of this garage and then we'll head out. All right, y'all, we got our car fully washed here. Just got some gas. Prices are high. If you don't live in California, then you don't know what's up. So yeah, let's go get ready to take this thing on its last drive in this color, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to take off here. I'm just soaking it in one last time. It will be a while before I get this back, but I miss driving this thing. I used to drive it every day, and now it's kind of not been because I've been prepping for paint and doing the rest of my stuff in life. But once this thing is back, we're gonna be going for some crazy rips. But I will say it looks a little odd without the front license plate. I might, it'll grow on me for sure, but it's a little odd because I'm used to seeing it. But man, dude, this thing, even as crappy as this paint is, it still cleans up good every time. And we're finally outside, so you guys can see this rear valance here. It looks good. I definitely like the fitment a lot. Shout out to Jay Replace for this one. It looked really good painted with this car as well. So we're gonna get going here in a minute, and then I'll give you one last update before we end this thing. All right, you guys, so this is actually a couple weeks later. Apparently I didn't film the final clip when I dropped off the car, but the 240 is officially gone. I haven't seen it in a little bit. It's making me a little bit sad, but hopefully you guys will be able to see it sooner than later. I'm hoping, well, I'll let you know when I get some sort of update. But hopefully you like this video. Hopefully you guys are excited for paint as well, because I really am. Can't wait to get this car back. I'm so excited. In the meantime, you should get a couple different styles of videos. I have one that's ready to go, and I can't wait to post. So if you guys could like this video, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about the car, what color you think it's going to be, anything like that. Let me know. Just talk to me in the comments, man. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.